No thumbnail. Who knows how that come out looking? That ought to be funny. And this new thing, they're trying to push for this vertical. I'll just hang out until some of you guys show up. Let me show you my Jackson here. It's Sabrina. Hey, Sabrina. It's my Jackson. Here you can start to hear him purr. He's getting soft at his old age. Ow, okay. He makes me bleed a lot. Look how friendly he is. Oh, it's such a nice face. He loves his pops. He sure does. Actually, he is becoming more loving the older he gets. It's funny. Oh, he got me a little bit. David, hey David. Kara. Nancy, hey Nancy. Donna. There's the living room. You guys get to see where we stay a little bit. Ronnie. Cat wolf. You got a cat wolf? I think Jack's, oh, what did they call him? I guess he's an expensive cat. We got him free. Like he was dropped off at somebody's house. I think they're called gotta clean his eyes out. He's starting to get, what are you acting all crappy with me for? You're the one that come up here wanted petted a second ago. You and your pigeon. Elena, Steven, Mike. Okay. So last night I went out to try to do a video for you guys. And I sat at one place for like 15 minutes. And I just didn't feel right about, because there was a place too. I had to go through some woods to end up to an abandoned place. And the whole part getting in's a little sketchy. Anyway, I sat there for a while. And yeah, I didn't feel right about it. So I didn't go. And then I came to another abandoned place because I've been wanting to do more abandons. And I have my camera and I get up there and there's a little light on inside. And so I didn't know what to do at first. I gave a little tap to see if anybody would say anything, like a little knock, and nothing. So I didn't go in. Then I left, like, which normally isn't like me. Out of the two, I would have normally have done one. And then at like 3 in the morning, I woke up. I couldn't breathe, just wheezing, coughing. Like my wife's nervous. I talked to her a bit ago. She thinks I should get a chest X-ray or something. Like it feels it feels decent right now, but so 3 in the morning, I'm up in a steaming hot shower trying to, steam's supposed to do something for you, I guess. And yeah, so she's thinking chest X-ray. This weekend was coming up. I wanted to do something really good for you guys, and now I'm really debating on. I don't know what I should do. If I should heal, or that that camping night sort of messed me up. And it's funny, some of the comments. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're such a crappy camper," and this and that. And I think it's funny because really, when I'm going out there, I'm not thinking of my comfortability. I'm actually thinking of how I can survive with least. I'm not to do that for you guys. Like if I wanted comfy camping, I could make it a lot comfier for myself, and I wouldn't have to go through the crap. But I sort of do that as I want to see if I can do it first of all, and so sort of pay the price for some of them though. So yeah, can't just waking up, couldn't breathe, man. It was crazy. I don't know if cold air does that or not. And then Tiff's like, well, man, they did a chest X-ray on you a long, long time ago and found an abnormality, I guess, but never got it checked back up. So she's worried about that. But I'm always fighting with that because I don't have big trust in the medical field. They sort of showed me their hand a while ago, and I'm not fond of the cards I've been dealt either. So I sort of don't like to play the game. My body usually bounces back. So then I'm in the shower today, And I was thinking that it hit me. So I did this song a while ago during fasting, actually. I've only ever fasted once. And I never did it until it was put on my heart to. And I did it. And it was like 3 days, no food at all, which is, and this is how I knew I was supposed to be doing it. Because I've heard a lot about fasting. And, they say, you can fast whatever. Me, coffee. Like if I gave up coffee for a couple days would be good. But I don't do those kind of fastings because that's like, I don't have the greatest self control. But anyway, so this was put on me, this fasting thing. I'm like, okay, God. So I did it. And I'm real regular, real regular person. So every day I'll just go, go, go. I won't eat nothing. And then there's a certain time that hits me and I'll just get sick in my stomach. Every day. This will happen if I don't eat. I get this pit feeling and I have to eat just so I can get rid of that pit sick feeling. I might not even be hungry. I just got to eat to get rid of that stinking feeling. So I knew I was supposed to. I'm just telling you everything I sort of went through today in my mind, basically, and this sort of backstory to that. So I did this fast, and in this fast, the first day I didn't eat nothing for 3 days. And this is what was cool about it. I never got sick once. I never was low on energy once. I felt fantastic the whole time. And I was also seeking God during that time because I figured that's what I should be doing. So I was seeking more than I do normally. And so I was in the shower. I might even tear up talking about this because powerful things happen in my life that's just, I don't know, it really affects me, touches me, hits me. And so I'm in the shower during this fast. It was like the second day. And this song came to me. The lyrics came to me. Like this whole song came to me in the shower. And so I'm singing it in the shower and I get out and I sit down with the guitar. I don't even know half the chords I play. I don't even know the names of them. I don't know much about it, but I started playing and the song got put together. And for 2 weeks, I played that song every day and couldn't make it through it without crying because it just came from the heart and it was ministering to me. So then I played it for somebody else and they have recordings stuff. They got like a little studio. They've done recordings and stuff before. And they thought maybe I should put some of these song or that song out for sure because it touched them too. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'll think about it. It was more for I'm just using it for me at the time. And so I'm in the shower today and it hits me. I should put the song out. Like I should tell you guys the song. No, wait, back up. This is where the enemy gets tricky, right? So I'm in the shower and I'm thinking, I'm praying. Actually, I start praying to God because the world, I got kids, I got a wife, I got me who's usually doing something stupid and then I'm not supposed to. So I got that against me right off the bat. And that's just normal for me. So I'm praying to him and man, it hits me like, man, reading is the best thing I could do for my family. So I'm like, okay, when I get out, because I think about this a lot, but I don't, because either I'm editing or I'm thinking about this or I'm doing this or I got this project, whatever it is, I can put off reading every day I think about it. So I'm like, okay, my plan was then, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get JJ wasn't at school yet. I'm like, as soon as I get out, dry it off, we're going to sit down and I'm going to read to him. We got the children's Bible too for him. So I'm going to read him the Bible. And so then it wasn't more than 2 minutes after that, I get the thought, like, you need to put that song out. And so now I'm thinking about that and I'm like, really? I'm like, I'm not even practicing. I haven't even played it for a while. But if I was supposed to, I would have just got on today and just did it with no mics, no rehearsal, just done it straight from the heart. It's probably going to sound like crap whenever I do it. And I'm not polished, but it is from the heart and it might touch somebody like it touches me. But then I realized, no, wait a minute, man. No, no. No, my plan was reading the Bible. And so that's what I did. And so just funny, these little battles. I'm going through this chess thing. I got all these things I want to do for you guys. I don't know if it's going to hinder that or not. I hope not. How many is with us? Hard to see. 47. What's up, fam? Rick. Elena. So yeah, I read instead of playing you guys that song because I knew I wasn't going to go. It's snowing today. There's snow out there. It's freezing out there. It's just 60 the other day. It went from 10 to 60. But I don't know what it is right now, but it's freezing again. So since I didn't film for you guys last night or go live or nothing, I really wanted to make a video for you guys last night, but I didn't feel right about it. So a lot of times I will do something maybe that I know I'll still try it maybe. But last night I didn't. And I'm sort of glad because 3 o'clock in the morning waking up, not that might have made that whole thing worse. I would have been in an abandoned place too, with who knows what you're breathing in. So it probably all worked out for the best that I didn't go to either one of those places last night the way I woke up. So then I thought of going live and I thought I'd try this vertical. What do you guys think? YouTube's really pushing this thing. I just don't like to do it because when usually we're out exploring or something, I want you to see all that you can. Mama first. Oh, am I offending them? I tick a bunch of people off. I know I'm really real with you guys. I wear my heart on my sleeve with you guys, and I don't know if everybody digs that, but everybody's got to dig that. How can you not dig that? Oh, he's so handsome. Look at him, big baby. What? You want attention? You trying to sucker me in to scratch me again? Huh? You want to scratch me again? Okay, okay, man. Dag nabbit. He's funny, and their personalities are so funny. He's a weird cat, man. I think he's half blind. He will just run into stuff. You set a clothes basket in the floor like he's not used to something being there. I'll watch him walk right into that sucker. But then if a cat or if a fly gets in the house, man, he's hunting that sucker down, chasing it. Like, how do you see that? But you run into walls or clothes baskets or doors. It's funny. Mama first this way. Horrible man is what I call it. My hubby's one as well. Honorable. Oh, I read that horrible. My eyes, I'm straining to see right now, too. Like a horrible man is what I call it. No, honorable. Well, I really don't feel like a good guy all the time because, like I said, I'm always battling. It's a war 24/7 for me. It almost feels like. And then so getting set up, I'm like, well, what can I do for you guys? I usually like giving you guys something to look at. You got YouTube there. I don't know if you guys want to, we can watch and go over someone else's video or one of mine. Oh, in the link, I think I did. Put a link in the description for a video that probably most of you guys wouldn't see. It's well over a year old. I was pretty new at it, but it was an abandoned town. I did pretty sketchy town, but a lot of abandoned places. So anybody that likes abandoned after this, go in the description and there's a whole abandoned town. It's pretty cool in Akron, Ohio, which isn't the best area either. Yeah, not many. It's barely got any views, man. Like for the longest time, I'd put out a video. It could even be a crazy video that I would think like I was doing things that the majority of people would not do, and they still would get like 100 or 200 views and then die out. I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't know what the people want to see, but I also think YouTube just didn't know what to do with me because I'd have like a crazy video like that, and then I'd have a really cutesy, fun family video, scary, fun. It was just all over the place. So, subscribers, nobody knew me, so nobody knew what the channel was about, and I think that really hurt. But there is some cool old ones, and you can tell the difference. Like, especially when I first started, I hated it because I'd look down a lot to where I was walking, but my camera would want to do the same thing. So, like my first Explorer ever, I didn't like the camera angle on it. Still a very cool place, but just learning all that. Mama first, get more people. That's the plan. That's what I would love to, because I got big plans. I want to do big things, but I can't really do that yet. So I guess I'm bigger. Sky and Jim, if I could, I would join you in the woods. I've thought about that a lot, and it's always some of the things like I'd feel bad for one if anything went wrong. And a lot of times I still do things I shouldn't. And like the spiritual world, the way things are going and all that, I definitely don't want anybody to have to deal. We're all battling. Whether you realize it or not, we're all battling. But once you become more hip to things and do, it seems like you battle more. They really jump on you. And if you want to invite them in, they'll really jump on you. You don't want none of that. It's terrible. It's bad. Like I said, I'm at war all the time. Plans are good to have, one step at a time. Yeah. And the plans for the channel is big. Like I want us to go I want us to go all over the place. It's just going to take a little time to get there. But, oh no, I'm not going to give too much away, but I am pretty sure, because I mentioned this a few weeks ago, pretty sure here probably maybe a little over a month might be having somewhere really cool coming up for you. A trip coming up, maybe desert, but not California desert, nothing like that. Although you guys haven't got to see much of that footage yet either, because it's on my computer. You got to see a little of it, me and Tiff in the desert, but I got a lot of abandoned from there too. But another desert, and I'm sort of excited and nervous because I want to call ahead of time, try to find some mines, something really cool for us to explore out there. I'm gonna get a stretch in, stretch it, stretch it out, stretch it out. John, they're constantly changing the algorithm on YouTube. It's crazy. That and I really am a caveman. Like so changes. I might not even be setting my videos upright still. I don't know. I'm learning a little more. I'm doing better in the description. Um yep, Jax. He's funny. He makes me laugh. That over there is actually ball. It's for learning I think sequence. I don't know. We got the right to start learning. It tell you sometimes you are nuts. LOL. Mary. I'm a little nuts. That's why when you guys say brave and everything, sometimes I don't feel that, but I appreciate it because, you know, I've been called other things too. And brave's the better of them. Yeah, hard on the sleeve. I've probably teared up in front of you guys a big handful of times now. It's weird. I got this really hard part to me that I've made hard again. It was actually softer at one time. And the hardness drives me nuts, but it's funny how you get soft, you know? Like parts I have more feelings towards things than I used to. I used to be more dead and I guess calloused and numb to a lot of things and all that. God changes that. Belly dragger. Belly dragger? I may, John. I'm gonna search deeper into that now because when that first hit me, I could see it as the enemy. Because so sometimes this is what I learned about spiritual warfare too. He's good, man. He is good at what he does, and he knows us. And a lot of times he'll come as an angel of the light because the Bible tells us that too. So you could have two paths put in front of you, and both may look good. Like they both would seem like the right thing to do, but one is slightly twisted. And so that's why I sort of chalked it off at that moment and went back to my original plan with reading, because in my mind I could see these little suckers coming up and trying to plant a seed that instead of me reading to my son would now have me doing that, which also seems like a good thing, but took me off a path of the original path I was supposed to go on. And not to say I don't take the wrong path, because I do. Way more than I should. Way, way more than I should. But, hey. I got issues. Hello, old man. So let's see. Should we get maybe a nature video on the watch? I feel bad we're not out in the woods like the house. I just didn't know what else to do, and I sort of do want to just heal. I wanted to chat with you guys, but at the same time, not screw my lungs up no more than they have to be, so I can get back quicker. Stacy, great to see you or read you. Lovers of the truth. Chatting is good, because I also like this because now I can really chat better. When I'm walking, I miss so much. Missed a lot here too, even looking, just because. Maybe I should have. Is it the lighting? What is going on? Old man metal. I'm good, just battling like normal, and sort of just in the earlier, if you want to go back, I sort of broke down just sort of how things been working out for me here the last couple days. Mary enjoying the hunts with D. Yeah, we've talked, and we're going to get back together sometime. There is, if she comes up here before I get down there, that'd be different. But if I go down there, I already have. I know there's something she wants to do, but the next time I get back down towards that way, there's two things I already got planned, so I might have to do hers the next time. But she may come with the other two plans also, and that'll be with Doug. We got a plan to explore something very awesome for you guys. America's largest something. America's largest abandoned something. So that'll be coming up sometime. I'm just hoping that it can still get in by the time I make it back down there. But when I do go, that'll be the first thing that I do, is that. And Dan, I'm trying to get a hold of him about maybe this weekend or coming up real soon, but I gotta think about that too. Praying. I started some herbs last night. I wasn't taking nothing either. If my wife and kids are sick, like, I'm quick to start getting them on stuff. Me, I'm just always waiting. Like, go ahead, body, do what you gotta do, build up the antibodies, get to war, fight it, and just feel like crap until my body wins. Chantel, hey Bill. maybe witnessing is enough. John said, I was going back because I know I miss, if things are popping up, might miss them. See, I'm not sure why YouTube's pushing for this kind of angle so much. Like, I think they even try to give like incentives, like, oh, you'll make more. I don't know if it's off of super chats or whatever, or I don't think it's advertisement, but they're really trying to. I just don't care for it because you guys don't. I mean, now it doesn't matter, but when we're out, I see as much as he can. It must just be kind of because why wouldn't they want everybody to see as much as they could? So how is everybody else's day? And does anybody else have a, I guess, battle confession or warring or sort of minister? It's ministering when you talk about that. Might minister to us too. A spiritual situation that you're hip to, maybe. People don't realize, man. A lot of people don't realize just about everything's spiritual. Just about everything. The root of it is spiritual. It says we do not wrestle with flesh and blood. Even though I can get upset at flesh and blood, and in my mind think that's the enemy, but really it's not. Or does anybody feel like they just battle all the time too? Anybody else have that feeling? Like for me, it really feels like I'm at frickin' war every day. Every day I'm at war, some way or another. Some days are easy, some days can be rough. Days and days and days can be rough, be heavy. The one weekend, a couple Sundays ago, I was battling before, and even at church, and my wife even noticed it. Like, what was going on with you? I was battling that whole time. Comment stop. Chatting, or did YouTube do that thing they do to me? They just cut you guys off. Chat field. Oh, I don't even like the setup on this thing. Yeah, that's not even a good setup for chatting with you guys. What are you doing, YouTube? I do feel that eventually that song will come out. I just wanted it to be when it was supposed to, because that's when it would be the most effective. And I don't want to do it before. And I don't want to do it for me or for any reason except for it's supposed to. And if it's not supposed to, then it never will be. But if it's supposed to, I think I'll know. And then that's when it'll happen. And like I said, it's not going to be a polished. I doubt it. I doubt, because at first, a long time ago, I thought like, oh man, could make a cool video even. But no, I don't know. The road to get that song, yeah, shouldn't be polished. The road wasn't, that's for sure. But during that time, that 3 days, I'll finish the story on because this fast was really cool. And I know that I was supposed to, because for one, I never got sick or that empty stomach feeling one time in 3 days. And I didn't eat a bite of food. And I am such a regular person at everything across the board. Like my body tells me things, this and that. It's just the same for me all the time. Those 3 days were, oh, we cut out? It just said you're live. It just said you're live just now. How long was I cut out? What happened? That whole time nobody heard anything? I was wondering why nobody was commenting. Are we back live now? Are we not live? Was I not live a minute ago? Nobody can comment? It's not a comment. Somebody throw out a comment. What is going on with this thing, man? Chat filter. All messages. Oh, wow, I did miss a lot. Okay, so I got the messages back up. I knew you guys weren't staying silent that long. And then it said, you're back live again. So, okay, I missed a lot. Sorry. I'm just going to skip all that. Kelly, I am okay as can be. I broke it down earlier, some of the things. And I was in the middle of the story. Tammy from Arkansas. I've been watching and can hear you and see you. Okay. Seems fine now. No issues here. Just cut out for a few. Huh. That was so odd. Kelly, cool girl in the house. Okay. So, like I was saying, wasn't hungry. 3 days. No problem. Didn't even want it. Not even a bit. Energy. Good. The third day, I was out playing basketball with my daughter with no food for days and felt great. So, and then the song that came to me in the shower that took me weeks to be able for it probably looks sad to my family. I know my wife walked in the bedroom. It was like right after I got out of the shower. I'm like, I gotta try to put some music to these lyrics. And I went in the bedroom and just shut the door and just because God was, things were happening. So I just shut myself in there and started putting some chords up and started singing the lyrics that came to me. And my wife comes walking in, tears are just like falling down my face, and I'm trying to utter these words out, and she's just looking at me like, "Holy smokes, what's going on? Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get this song together." So she shut the door and probably is thinking like my husband's lost it, but um so then another cool thing though. Then I had this thing. This was like a big preparation for I don't know. I really don't know the reason for it, but a few good things happened out of it. One was I felt good because of the fast and that I knew it came from God for the fact of how I felt during the whole thing. And I knew it was what I was supposed to be doing. Two, I was able to draw closer to him because I've felt so far away from him for so long. The song, which was amazing, and I still sing every now and then, and it still ministers to me. And then I don't even know how to explain this part on how I knew I was supposed to do it. Because it wasn't like words. Like I don't know how to explain like how you know. Because it wasn't like Jer, I want you. It wasn't like that. But hmm. Well, so before all this though, also my wife and babies was experiencing things in the house because of things that I shouldn't have been doing out there, poking at things, stirring things up, inviting them. I mean, I had enough problems with them already. That just sort of opened up the can of worms a little wider, it seemed like. And now my wife was having to deal with some things. I didn't like that. I didn't like them having to deal with the crap. So it was put on me. I had to bless the house. And so I went to the church that Sunday and I asked if they had any anointing oil. And they didn't, which is fine because you don't need anybody else to do anything for you. You got it all right there. That's the one. And he's in you if you're in him. And so I just went out. I got really good, made sure it was real, the real deal olive oil and a little bottle of it. And I I blessed it, prayed over it. Now you have anointing. Same thing with holy water, all these things. And or the Catholics believe that there's only these priests that can go out and perform exorcists and everything, and they're trained in every. No, nope. All you need is Jesus, man. Jesus, get soldiered up and be ready for when that time comes. But yeah, so I knew I was supposed to bless the house. So I got the oil, went over, I prayed over every window, door, first cleansed the house, kicked anything that was not of Jesus out of it, put a cross over every window and door and blessed it. And yeah, so and that was weird, but I knew I was supposed to do that. So that also happened. That was all within that 3-day fast, which I found pretty fascinating and awesome at the same time. So I don't know if that story is intriguing or cool to any of you, but I thought I'd share it because it was really cool to me. It's Sabrina. Oh yeah. Yeah, you got the power, Sabrina. Or no, let me take that back. He's got the power, but he's in you. He can use you. Just like you bless the food before you eat it. Remove all impurity, whatever you want to say. It's the same thing. The church has made a lot of people, I think, believe, because also with pastors are put up on big pedestals. Sorry to say, pastors are people just like we are. They're dealing with the same crap that we are. And if you got Jesus in you, it's an equal playing field, man. You might all have a different job, a different, it's hands, feet, this and that. There's no pedestals. And there's nothing that anybody else can do that you can't do. You can move a mountain with the faith of a mustard seed. Our mountains being those things in our lives that feel like giants. Mama first. I never heard about the Silver Cross. Nancy, that's right, Bear. Very, very careful. Ugg the Viking. In general, you manifest where the majority of your focus goes. So if you're focused, you know what? I believe that. I focus on the enemy a lot. I do, because in the discipleship that I was in, those things, it changed me a lot because that's where I realized what we was up against. Just didn't know. But that's our enemy. And so I do think about him a lot. I'm always I'm trying to look for signs and know your enemy. My pastor in discipleship actually said, you guys shouldn't only be reading your Bible every day, but you should read the Satanic Bible. You should read the Quran. You should read this. You should read that. So when you talk to whoever you're talking to, you have some kind of sense and knowledge to what you're saying. But the Bible's the main one. He also said, if I could just lock you guys in a room for 100 days with nothing but a Bible, he would have done that too. That'd have been easier for him. Because unfortunately, Jesus gave him the job of only dealing with knuckleheads like me and a bunch of others. So it couldn't have been an easy job. Yeah, test the spirits. They don't like, no. Jesus, the only name that's got any power. The enemy's good too. When people stub their toes, do you hear any other God's name being thrown out? Or when you hurt yourself, like, no, it's Jesus every time. It's Jesus. What name are you not allowed to say anywhere? Jesus. Because the enemy knows there's power there, man. The other names, go ahead and say them as much as you want. And I'm not trying to offend anybody right now either. I've learned a lot, seen a lot, and been through a lot. So all this is 100%. And I'm also not putting anybody down. Because like I said, we have an enemy, and he's good at what he does. Millie, never read the book that isn't the Bible, never. Kelly, Jesus is King. Yes, yes. Bible verse of the day, Galatians 5:25. Since we live by the Spirit, let us keep step with the Spirit. Good word. It's a brain. Somehow as a child, I knew parts of our Bible is real and part is man-made. 19th century. And that's what I say to Millie. Love that, Ashley. Ocean's Razor, D-U-M-B. Dude, I don't know what that is. Don't allow the name of Jesus to be spoken. No, and if you get down that rabbit hole too, man, like these artists and stuff that end up giving themselves up for their, what would you call it, fame and fortune. Notice most of them don't say the name of Jesus. They might say God, but I guess in the contract there's a page somewhere in there that also says you're not allowed to say the name of Jesus. DJ Moore, here's something I live by. I'm not a feelings manager. I don't make people so fragile they can't handle others' thoughts and views. It's on them, not me. I get it. But at the same time, like, that's another just trick of the enemy. So I just threw that out there because I don't want him twisting, you know. He'd be like, oh, look at Jared, you know, someone listening right now. He's, you know, and that's not my intent and all at all. So I just want to throw that out there before the enemy. I know how he works, man. He's good and he's always working. CERN. Yeah, it's another rabbit hole. Huh? CERN, that's a big one, man. You know what I think CERN is? I think CERN, and this ain't 100%, this is just my thoughts, theories, because I do a lot of studying and thinking on the enemy and trying to watch for his advancements in our world and society. But I think CERN could be the key to the bottomless pit. Johanna, sending love to you, Bear, your true kind soul. Appreciate your big heart. Get teared up. I get teared up. I don't feel like a good person, man. I wrestle with a lot of things. Like, I could be ready to go in a minute at the same time. And that's, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Trying to open it, yeah. Key to the bottomless, like the more you look into CERN, the more it lines up with that scripture, you know, when it, like picturing it. Because what are they really trying to do? It's got the god of Shiva, the god of destruction, outside for their symbol, and had rituals done over it. Had scientists there saying this could open up a gateway to something that could allow something from another dimension to enter ours. Bada boom, bada bing. Key to the bottomless pit. I think in energy frequencies, you tap into, well, with the notes, like there used to be, and like I said, I don't know musical, I wasn't trained as a musician, how music actually, because another musician told me this once. He's like, I've watched you play, and he's like, 3 years ago it would have drove me nuts. He's like, but now he appreciated it, and he said something like, as musicians, they're trained. There's like this certain way you go about things. I don't use any of the. I don't know. I was never trained. I just do. And he's like, some of the things you do, a musician would not do because there's not supposed to. He's like, but I like it. And he's like, so you're not held by those rules that they're sort of, I guess some of them feel trapped by this way you're supposed to compose. I don't really understand. That's just what he was trying to tell me. And man, I got thrown off track. I don't even know what got me on that. Something got me thinking about that though. Oh, frequencies. So a long time ago, music was set to a tune. It's called a more angelic frequencies. And when those old school frequencies, which all music would have been set to, I don't know if you call it tune, tone, whatever word it's supposed to be, but it was all at this sort of level. And it was like an angelic level. And if you was to play that frequency on things, it would make on like sand or something that could move. It would make this sort of beautiful design. And a lot of the designs is actually designs that you would see sort of like in old school um, church windows. Like the stained glass that have all kinds of different maybe what a design in it. So these frequencies would sort of make that same thing. Well, they changed that a long time ago. Now the frequency on that everything is set to is darker, lower. It's if you play it in the same circumstance, instead of these beautiful pictures, it'll make this chaotic. It's chaotic. It's messy. It's all over the place. And so that's what they ended up setting. The enemy, who's good, he's in Hollywood. He runs the music show. He runs the TV shows. He now sets the standard of this. So whereas before we was getting these frequencies that actually made beauty and probably was possibly healthy for us. I don't know. I'm throwing that in there just because I'm thinking it might have been. So they changed it, and now all our music that comes, we're getting hit with this different thing. And I couldn't read none of your guys' stuff sitting that far back. I don't catch up now. Let me know if any of you guys are sort of hip to that too. Mama first, I hear her emailing. My dog sat on my glass. Stacy, I try to take care of myself. I think. See, I don't know. Maybe this is. I can't. That can't be a messed up thought. But a lot of times I'll think like, no matter what it is, say it's a disease, say it's this, that, whatever it is, I always. So it'll make me maybe not take care of things because in my mind I'm like, who's got the final call and everything is my pop. So it doesn't matter what this looks like right now. It doesn't matter what this person just told me right now. None of that matters because he's got the final say. Doctor, sorry, man. You can't make that call for me. He makes that call. That's sort of how my mind works. I don't know if that's because there's been a lot of times people's like, maybe you should go to the hospital. And I don't. And I heal up. Mama, for in your guys' conversation there. True people's shoulder both their light and dark and channel that for the good of others. Don't ever doubt yourself. Well, that is. Oh no! How long does that go out? It just said you're live. I don't know how much I keep going out. I must have been out. Shay! I'm good, Shay. Battling, like always. I go in and out. Well, that is a shame. That is upsetting. At least good the whole time, and then am I only out for a second? Bye, Stacy. Well, I don't think you're getting any of mine, Bill says. Any of yours? Nancy, sometimes God counts on you to do the right thing. Going to a hospital to have things checked out is doing what God would want you to do. And I'm not, I don't want anybody thinking that I'm saying that either, that we don't need doctors at hospitals. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm probably just a lot stubborn and hard headed at the same time. And I lack a lot of trust in just about everything out there anymore. Last time I was at the doctor's, they was going to get me on a medicine. And I asked him, I said, now, is this going to get me on that miracle round? Am I just going to have to? He's like, yeah, once you start the medicine, you're going to be on it forever. I said, well, I don't want that. I said, I ain't going to take nothing forever. Don't even prescribe me that. I won't do it. And I said, as a matter of fact, anything new, I don't want it. If you're going to prescribe me something new, don't even do it. I said, tried and true. If you gave it to my daddy, I'll take it. If it's just come out, yeah, not taking it. And again, I'm not telling anybody else what to do. That's just how I'm standing on everything right at the moment. We need them, but right, they are pain. It's a business. You got your good doctors, you got your bad doctors, good judges, bad judges, police, pastors. It's a shame, but it's everywhere. But yeah, the medical, they have one way of, they gotta, this is what we're doing. My brain don't work that way. My wife's in the medical field. She's an RN. No, I don't want to report anybody. Why do you guys do that to me? YouTube. It must be these fingers. My fingers are just, I don't know. They don't work on these screens, maybe. Big Pharma. I see that. Yeah. Big Pharma is pushing to make you lifelong. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about it. Melly. Uh-huh. Thoughts on other things could lead to demonic attachments. Maybe. I don't know if that'd look any different from my life. Like I said, these suckers are here. I deal with them a lot. And I was dealing with them before I even knew. It wasn't until I was shown these things. But even beforehand, like I can look back a long time ago, before Jesus, before anything. And now instances, there's a lot of things I forget, but there's instances that'll pop up and I'll be like, oh, well, that explains that. You know, for whatever reason, I've been dealing with suckers for a real long time. Hogan Manor. It's a spiritual battle that I'm battling pretty much all the time, Hogan Manor. I'm always at war, spiritually. I got an enemy. That, and I'm battling this chest thing from the last freezing camp out. Really, we should learn about God only. I mean, I can't argue that. I can't argue that. But if that's the case, which sounds correct, why did I go through all that in discipleship? There was Jesus 24/7, but the enemy was very prevalent there also. We went out on a lot of tours once I was there for a while. Some of you guys might know I've break danced all over like the West Coast and Denver, Colorado, Arizona, going out on these missions to inner cities where we would break dance, and the pastor would get up there and give a message. We'd draw in a crowd from the inner cities everywhere. And even then, and some schools we went into. And the one school I remember, we was told we wasn't allowed to say the name of Jesus. And it happened. But at this place also, we was told before we got off the bus to be extra prayed up, because the city that we was in at the time was heavily into witchcraft, and that there was going to be witches there, that they've already started praying against us, and there's going to be people there trying to put curses on us and trying to keep us from doing what we needed to do, and that the war was going to be extra heavy that day, to be prepared. So, like I said, I did learn a lot. While learning this, I learned a whole lot and seen and felt crazy things about the enemy that changed my whole reality. So I think that's got to be for a reason. Because when I got back, I was talking a lot about demons and stuff, and people thought I was crazy. I was talking about Jesus too. But something you don't hear the church talk about much is spiritual warfare, at least the churches I go to. It is all about Jesus, but it's not about the enemy. And then we all go home and we're all struggling throughout the week, and we're all going through these things. And to me, it helps me to learn my enemy and to sort of keep him here too, because once I pick up on, oh, I see what's happening here, now I'm prepared to go to war against it. So it helps me, at least in that way. And I can't explain why all those things were shown to me and all the experiences I've had if it wasn't for not. But it makes sense, man. I understand what you're saying. I think that was Millie that said that. That was a while ago. Yeah, Millie. But right, seek first the kingdom of heaven. I agree with that. Shade, too many doctors went along with the will of the dark ones, especially the last 5 years. Well, another thing is the FDA. It used to be more of a tax fund. They used to get their money mostly through taxpayers, which then held them to a more higher accountability. So go back 20 years ago, you didn't have all these. Now you watch TV for a while, there's going to be some lawyers jumping on there. If you took this, if you did this, if you did that, big lawsuit against this pharmaceutical, this pill or patch or medical, whatever it is. And they don't give a rip though, man. They just made $1 billion. So what's a $30 million settlement? It's nothing. No problem. That's easy when you throw that on the scales, right? So it's no longer it's no longer us that are holding them accountable. They're not getting their funding from it. It's now from big pharma, actually. Which, how's that a thing? I don't know about at this moment. This is what it was not a while back, a couple years ago. So how that's even a thing, I don't know. That should not be allowed, for one. So to me, that just sounds like a pay to play. So now we got a bunch of crappy drugs out there because they're not held to a higher standard. And the way everything's so expensive, lawsuits. Well, if you can make this, if you know you're going to make this, you got your marketing, you're going to push it. You got hospitals, doctors, they're going to push it. So you're going to make this, knowing what it's going to do. Well, we'll give them that 30 million. Millie, I had a demon experience. It was sexually a blonde, curly-headed, blue-eyed guy. Oh, the fire was burning in my ear. He whispered in my ears. Whew. That's creepy. Hi, Daniel. I missed you getting on. That's scary. What's beeping? I just heard something. What time is it in here? Okay. Weird noise just came from my house. Maran, how are you? Fresh Jersey Prepper. It helps me. Helps me to know. It helps me to I guess recognize what's happening. Pakistan, shout out Pakistan. That's cool. We can chat all over the world right now. Man, we've been on for an hour already, too. That's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. Whoa! It just popped up and said I wasn't able to reconnect. Yeah, mine too. Like I thought you guys weren't going to come back. It's saying Wi-Fi is disconnected. Buffering. Okay, guys. Something's wrong with the internet right now. Shouldn't be, but it is. So, got to talk to you guys a bit, let you know where I've been at the last couple of days. And Fresh Jersey Prepper. Most people don't even realize the battle they're in or where it's coming from. And I feel bad about that. And then I'll feel bad because sometimes I can get upset at a situation and then I see it differently. And then I feel, instead of being mad at the people, now I feel bad for the people because now I see what's going on. Mama first. But yeah, anyway, guys, I am going to get going. Glad I got to chat with you guys for a while. Yeah, pray for this to heal up quick so I can get back out there. And it's probably a good thing I didn't do what I set out to do last night, because who knows, it might have been worse today. But we'll see. I'll heal up. Always do. Till next time, guys. Peace. Love you.